Okay. Ahmaud Arbery is not on trial. He was stalked and killed, but you wouldn't know that listening to the defense's closing arguments today. The Ahmaud Arbery is continuing today. The Ahmaud Arbery murder trial is continuing today. And of course, the defense team is insane. They have, they did some of the most insane shit I've ever seen a defense team do. Oh, wait. One last thing I wanted to show you, which is really great. Charlie Kirk, November 21st, 6:16 p.m. Want to know the price of the regime's racial propaganda? We know both camps eagerly waiting for the media to report the Waukesha attacker's race, then the hot takes can continue. This is the price of a country created by racists on the left who only care about skin color. Wow, that's really interesting that Charlie said that. Wait, oh my God, wait, hold on. I'm looking forward to the same level of endless media coverage and live analysis of black supremacist Darrell Brooks Jr.'s murder trial that Kyle Rittenhouse's trial received. So, again, he was just saying, like, I'm doing that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do exactly that. Just wait. I'm waiting so I can do what I am criticizing here, okay? That's cool. That's weird, man. Anyway, so let's get to Ahmaud Arbery. Ahmaud Arbery was murdered by a father-son team and a neighbor that trailed him as he was jogging. Ahmaud Arbery went into a construction yard to take a look, as one does. You know, I've done it before. He was basically chased in pickup trucks by these white supremacist thugs and murdered in broad daylight. But because of how insanely entitled white people are in this country, sometimes, white conservatives specifically, okay, before you get mad at me, that this modern lynching in broad daylight was recorded on a phone camera and was released to the public. And when it was, because the defense originally thought that it was going to absolve them, and when it was released to the public, we saw what the fuck happened, a straight up modern day lynching in broad daylight. Only then after did the prosecutors get pressured from the public to open up a case, because Ahmaud Arbery was murdered and the prosecutors didn't even charge the murderers. They went home free. They claimed that they were trying to institute a citizen's arrest because they thought Ahmaud Arbery, because he was black, was, a part of a string of robberies that occurred in that neighborhood. Again, you're black. The automatic assumption is that you must be robbing someone. You can't even go into a construction yard as you are jogging. Yeah, the cops let them go. They did. The prosecutor said, not enough information here to prosecute, I think. 2 prosecutors had to recuse themselves from the case. One of them was publicly shamed to the degree where they are no longer a prosecutor. The defense has done an insane job so far, talking about how black pastors should not be in the courtroom. Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson should not be in the courtroom because it's biased. Saying that, basically saying if there were a Klans member in the courtroom, like you wouldn't want that, right? Admitting once again that like his side is aligned with racist white supremacist Klans members. It got to a point where the judge was like, "Shut the fuck up." Why did he go into the construction yard? Well, we don't know. We can't ask him because he's fucking dead. But the person who owned the construction site, or the person who owns that home that was being constructed, said that there was no issue with Ahmaud Arbery going into his construction yard.
Sadly, no verdict can change the grief of that future not realized. The hope that he could have turned himself around. Because all we can guess about the young man is that his teenage years were full of promise. But
turn himself around how? Turn himself around how? Ahmaud Arbery, a person who was murdered by white supremacists. Does she mean not be black? Is that what she means?
But his early 20s just led him in the wrong direction. Sadly, no.
Just led him in the wrong direction. How? Here's the prosecutor, Linda Dunikowski, pushing back on the self-defense claims by the men charged for Ahmaud Arbery's killing. Let's listen to this. The prosecutor thoroughly dismantled the arguments when one of the shooters, or the shooter rather, in the case, actually took the stand.
Unlawful force by Mr. Arbery. What was he doing? He's running away from Mr. Bryan's truck.
By the way, if you're wondering why there's a female prosecutor and a female defense attorney doing the closing arguments, jury is heavily white women. One black person on the jury, heavily white women on the jury. So, you know, even in the United States of America, this case could be fucking, this case could be not as open and shut as you think. Yeah, the former DA knew one of the men who shot Arbery, which is why they fucking literally did not charge him.
Mr. Bryan has already tried to hit him.
So, you think the demographic breakdown of the jury is not important? That just means you don't understand how the American criminal justice system works. There are entire teams, both on the prosecutor side and also on the defense side, that are dedicated to jury selection and eliminating potential jurors from the jury pool. Court cases are changed, like, and sent to different areas where the demographic is greatly different, specifically so you can get a better verdict out of that jury. That's just how it's done, baby. That's just literally how it's done.
With the truck.
Wait, so is this the trial to charge the murderers? I thought you just said they didn't prosecute. No. I said they didn't originally prosecute, and then the video came out. Originally, they did not prosecute. The DA knew one of the shooters and had worked with him in the past. Two prosecutors had to recuse themselves from the case. Okay? As well. They weren't even arrested for like 70 days. And then the footage came out. So when the footage came out, public pressure mounted and a prosecution was launched. I just said that.
Numerous times. He's trapped between.
Yeah, and the ex-Brunswick DA charged in Ahmaud Arbery case has surrendered to law enforcement. Like the literal ex-district attorney is now being criminally tried for refusing for violating her oath of office and misdemeanor count of obstructing police, because the top prosecutor, the area's top prosecutor, literally allowed three men who murdered Ahmaud Arbery in broad daylight to get away scot-free. Who recorded the video? One of the three. The neighbor recorded the video. I think the neighbor. One of the three people recorded the murder and thought that evidence would absolve them. If they had not recorded that murder, they would be walking free today. They would not be going to jail. You know that, right? They recorded it themselves. They released it themselves. That white entitlement in that situation, the conservative white supremacist entitlement of like literally murdering a black person in broad daylight and thinking that that murder footage is going to absolve you is what actually ended up putting them in this situation. Yeah, it's just like the cookie store thing. Leftovers, the latest, not the latest one, but the episode we did last week. There was a lady and a husband, or a man and a woman, went into a fucking cookie store and thought that they could assault the owner of the cookie store and get away with it. And when cops actually watched the footage, they arrested them instead. This is how it works. It's literally the fucking entitlements, the January 6th riots all over again. People recording themselves fucking breaking into the Capitol and then doing the surprise Pikachu face when they are like, what the fuck? You know? I don't understand. What the fuck's going on? How dare you? How dare you?
Between two cars with no weapon. No way for anyone to help him because there's nobody out there to help him. He's not threatening anybody. He's just running away from the man with the shotgun.
You get a noise complaint? No, bro. I own my own house. That doesn't happen no more when you own your own house. No, I just lost my voice because I was fucking screaming last night. Playing. This is so sad. I lost my voice screaming at Pokemon and Tubbo and Austin during a heated game of Mario Party.
To help him because there's nobody out there to help him.
Thank you, Strawberry Kit Kat, for the 5 gifted subs.
He's just running away from the man with the shotgun. Look at this. I mean, take a look at this. He's not even up to those mailboxes on the side. And that's Travis McMichael pulling that shotgun up. Well, what are they going to tell you? They're going to tell you what Travis said. Oh, he was running toward me. And I could tell he was going to attack me. Is that reasonable? Who brought the shotgun to the party? Who took the shotgun out of the car? Who pointed the shotgun? The guy's running away from them for 5 minutes.
I like your energy today, not gonna lie. This type of energy is actually really appealing to debate lords on the internet because the calmer you are, the more thoroughly you get to dismantle someone's argument, and therefore you're probably winning. So that's what it is.
Here's the thing.
I don't like this energy.
They're going to try to claim that they were justified in their actions. Okay? Because here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot claim self-defense under certain circumstances. You can't. You don't get to say I was acting in self-defense, and there's 3 of them, and it's the law. This isn't just something made up. There's 3 of them in the law, okay? If you are the initial unjustified aggressor, you don't get to claim self-defense. If you're committing a felony against somebody, you don't get to claim self-defense. And the 3rd one is if you provoke somebody so that they defend themselves against you. And then you go, oh, look, he attacked me first.
Huh. Interesting. I wonder if there was another... Was there perhaps another instance where, like, we... Okay.
But you really were the one.
Interesting points. I mean, I know she's talking about Ahmaud Arbery, but, like, could be used for other cases as well.
Provoking the attack on yourself. You don't get to claim self-defense. And that's the law.
Interesting. Okay. We saw that.